Okay, today we are playing a game on Lijiang Tower. We are in the Gold SR range, and we will be playing Genji the entire way through. We are also on the PC today for once, if you can believe it. I know. Not the console, isn't that amazing? So we're on Garden first, and we're just gonna hop over the gap, as you do. Find Lucio, there goes Lucio. So, they had a Lucio, we do not have a Lucio. That means their team has, by and large, beaten us here, because the rest of our team have elected to go around the left-hand side rather than jumping straight across. So we just kind of bump into the enemy team by ourselves, and then we die right as our teammates are arriving, so... Gotta watch where our friends are going, pretty much, and not get too far ahead of them. Sick. She killed herself with Coach Gun. Nice. So, our team's currently regrouping, so I don't like going for the dash right there. We know the whole enemy team is in that room right now, and Lucio ain't exactly close to dying yet, so that could have, if the enemy team responded quickly, that could have been bad for us, but they didn't respond very quickly, so we get away all the same. Don't get punished, you don't have to learn, dude, that's what I always say. So, Lucio's still up to no good. We tried to deflect the Lucio. I'd rather just keep throwing shurikens at the Lucio. Even if we deflect Lucio's bullets at him, it's like whoop-de-doo, right? Like, Lucio's gun is pretty bad. I'd rather be throwing shurikens rather than trying to deflect him, because it doesn't work on the boop or anything, you know? So we've just massively disengaged from this fight, and... like, what happens? I mean... oh, okay, those two people died already. I see. I didn't see those two die. Saw Diva lose her mech, but I managed to miss the other two dying, so we have to wait for them to get back. We did just pass by a health kit we could have picked up, because we're currently walking around at 126 health, which is not exactly your ideal amount of health. And we're just... another health kit right there we could have picked up, you know? Don't really like walking around at, like, half health, because then you're at risk of suddenly getting one shot out of nowhere. We could still be poking at these people while we're waiting, also. Like, Genji can poke from pretty far away. Like, if we heal up, we can be poking with our shurikens from really far away while we're waiting for our teammates to regroup. Because if we poke from far enough away, there is, like, close to zero they can actually do to stop us. And we can just be generating, like, some ult charge, if nothing, you know. That was very overly aggressive of us to dash in earlier, but the enemy team haven't exactly got anybody that's great at punishing us. There's no McCree or May or anything like that, so we don't have to worry too much about doing that kind of thing, because we're not likely to get just stunned and killed as soon as we do something. So we got Dragon Blade now. Enemy team is a little awkward to use Dragon Blade against, because Moira, you know, you've got to find where she goes after the fade. And May is May, you know, if she just uses Ice Block, we're going to be upset about that one. So, Lucio, he can just skate away from you, so it's not... It's a little unfortunate, but I mean, Dragon Blade's still gonna kill some motherfuckers, right? It's still a very good ultimate. So we decide to use the Dragon Blade right here. We have an Ana on our team, yeah, so we do want to do the upward dash in case she has Nano Boost. She doesn't have Nano Boost, but, you know, good to do just in general when there's an Ana on your team. And now we get Nano Boosted. Long after the Dragon Blade has happened, we use the get Nano Boosted. And, you know... can't really do much with it by that point. Genji, nano boosted without the Dragon Blade is... not great, you know. A little bit suboptimal, I would say. But, you know. So, ideally we would have held the Dragon Blade, because Ana was so close to having nano boost by that point. Hopefully we're pushing tab frequently in the game, so that we can look at Ana's ult charge, so we know when we should use our ultimate or when we should save it. Because ideally, like, we're pushing tab a lot, and we're like, Ana's at, like, 85%, so I will hold my Dragon Blade, because she almost has it, you know? Unless, like, you see a fantastic opportunity in front of your eyes, in which case, you obviously go for it anyway. You can tell this is on PC, because we've got some pretty chunky graphics settings right now, haven't we? I think the email said we're running at, like, 33% render right now. Is that correct? Yeah, 33% render for 60 FPS. Yeah. I mean, it honestly, since it's got kind of a cartoony art style, it doesn't look that bad, to be honest with you. But once everybody stops moving, it becomes more obvious. So the fact there's a Mei now makes things a lot harder for us as Genji, because we can't really do much to Mei as Genji, you know? Lucio just dabbed on Moira, on Anna. Fucking Reinhardt's dead over there, Zen's dead over there, everything's going tremendously well so far. So, you know, the thing is with Genji is that... Okay, there she goes. The thing is with Genji is that, like, you run into a lot of team comps like this at present with Genji, like what we're looking at right now, and it's not exactly ideal for Genji. Genji's probably the worst right now he's ever been. And I'm saying this because the email is talking about the drop in win rate between seasons. Like, this season so far has not been very kind to Genji, because the meta right now is, like, super defensive and, like, a lot of tanky heroes, and there's a lot of shields in the way. These things make it difficult for Genji, and also with the ultimate nerf as well. Genji got hit by the ult nerf more than most heroes did, because Genji is extremely reliant on his ultimate to get things done. Like, if Genji didn't have Dragon Blade, he would be one of the worst heroes in the game. So it's nice that he has Dragon Blade, isn't it? Otherwise it would be very unfortunate for him. So, you know, the thing is, you just run into a lot of team comps like this, and it's very hard to actually find opportunities to get anything done. Just because ult nerf, super defensive T, is all these shields in the way, so it's harder to actually get ult charge out of them. And then when you have Dragon Blade, you're going on people like fucking Mei, right? And fucking Orisa. Several people are using their ultimates right now. The Bongo, Tac Visor, and Gravitic Flux all went off. We are extremely low. He's not gonna stop until we're dead at this point. Was there anything else we could have done to survive? The health kit's not... You just look over forlornly. It's gone. So we bonked our head there, that's unfortunate. They could have dashed to the left to try and get to one of the health kits that's further away, given that one was still respawning, but that one was kind of close to respawning. If we could have, like, just dodged around with a double jump and used the dash to get to that health kit, that might have worked out, but, like, we got, like, absolutely stomped. It was a lot of space left at the end of this video. No. Oh, alright, fair enough. I thought something else was gonna happen. What the fuck have we got going on now? What was Undertale actually about? No clue who this guy is. This is a good video, yes. I've already seen it several times, but yes. Will she dump her BF for a Ferrari? Crazy gold digger investigation. Wow. Incredible. Keanu Reeves. Down the rabbit hole, still a good series, yes. Frame walk. Most controversial speedrunning trick. Sure. Okay. Kuza's good. Yes. Wish.com versus name brand. Game. Alright. Cool. Critical. Good guy. Summoning Salt. Good. Lonely Girl 15 and other ARGs. Okay. Awesome. YouTube algorithms fucked up today. No. Very poor. F- see me after class. So, I mean... There wasn't exactly many opportunities in that game for us to actually get stuff done. Like, it was basically such a one-sided stomp that we were gonna have to play unbelievably well for it to actually work. So, you know, we did stuff like going way too far ahead of our team and getting caught by ourselves. We weren't being very efficient during downtime because we could have healed up and then just been poking at the enemy team as much as we can to generate ult charge, because there's very little they can do to stop us, unless, like, Ashe is gonna, like, 2-tap us or something, you know? So we could poke from far away as Genji and still be, like, extremely safe and just be generating some ult charge, so that's, you know, just trying to be as efficient as we can. We used Dragon Blade while Anna was at 85% nano boost, so, like, we could have held off on the Dragon Blade for just, like, 10 seconds, well, Anna can get a lot of ult charge fast, like somewhere like 5 and 10 seconds, and we might have been able to combo Nano Blade rather than just doing the Dragon Blade. But the fight was about to start, so they might have forced it on us regardless before we actually got the opportunity. But we could have waited a little longer and ideally lined it up better with Anna. But like, so, you know, the video is called Fuck Overwatch. The tone in the email is very, exacerbated, we'll say. And, you know, you showed the stats at the start. We play a lot of Genji. No, there was another Genji in here. It was like 92 hours or something. It was like current competitive season. I thought it was like a 92 hours on Genji. Am I crazy? Did I imagine it? Maybe I imagined it. No, 91 hours, yes. So we play a lot of Genji. Next closest 25 hours on Zarya, yeah. So, it's unfortunate, but now is not a very good time to be a Genji main. Genji is quite weak right now overall, and I don't know. Do you think he's the worst DPS in the game right now? That's probably a little extreme, right? Because Dragon Blade is still a really good ultimate, but he's nowhere near as good as he once was. It's hard to get things done on Genji now. A lot of it's the ult nerf, to be honest with you, but the team comp situation is also a little unfortunate for Genji. You know, you run into a lot of people like Symmetra, Mei, Double Shields, Moira, you know, people that make it difficult for Genji to get stuff done. Doomfist as well. Lots of, like, tanky teams of people that are, like, pretty good at fighting Genji, or at least surviving Genji, right? So it makes it very difficult for him. And, you know, I don't want the moral of the video to just be, like, don't play Genji, because, like, yeah, you can still play Genji and you can still do well on him. The thing is, it's just harder to do that presently than it has been before, because the meta currently is working against Genji, along with the nerf, which hit him harder than most heroes did. So, I understand it's frustrating, and it never feels good when your hero, like, takes the hit, you know? But sometimes it happens, and I understand the frustration, which is fairly evident from the video and the email, and I understand the frustration, but it's that's the thing with these games that are constantly being updated, you know, is there's going to be times where you're doing great. You had a high win rate before, and now you have a low win rate, you know? That's going to happen sometimes, unfortunately. And, like, you can still do well on Genji, but you're going to have to work a lot harder for it now than you did before. Like, you have to... Basically, you've got to be, like, way more efficient in terms of generating ult charge, because you're just getting less of it naturally now. And because of this, you're probably going to ult, like... Probably, like, 2 times less on average across a whole game. Maybe more. Maybe less, I guess. You know, it'd be very for each hero. For someone like Genji, you'll probably miss out on, like, 2 ults over the course of a game as compared to you did before. So that means the ults that you do get access to need to be a lot better than they were before as well to get the same kind of, like, value out of them, you know? You've got less out of them. You get less of them, so the ones that you get have got to, like, really matter. And you've got to try and be as efficient as you can so that you get them as frequently as possible. And, yeah, like, it's really what Genji revolves around, you know? So there's a lot of trying to just eke out efficiency in terms of poking, minimizing downtime, but I understand the frustration, but if you really want to keep playing Genji, you know, that's up to you. If you really like Genji, that's great. I mean, obviously you like Genji, right? If you like Genji, that's great, you know, work at it and all that, but it is going to be hard. It's going to be harder to do stuff with Genji now than it was previously. Still possible, but it is going to be a frustrating experience in all likelihood. So, yeah, it's kind of a downer. It's kind of a downer of an episode, really, isn't it? We got stomped, and then the moral of the story is more or less like, hey, sometimes your hero's not as good as he was before, which, you know, it's never a good thing to happen, is it? You're never like, oh, sick, I got nerfed, radical, right? Like, it's always gonna feel bad. So yeah, it's kind of all I got for you. Sorry. So thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. I've started streaming on Twitch Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 8 p.m. EST till midnight EST. There's a link to the channel in the description. And if you managed to make it all the way through the video and somehow still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future. And I hope you found the video helpful.